Good morning, class. Yesterday we have seen the cells which are same in structure and function. They join together and form tissues. So on the basis of this we can say the definition of tissues. What are tissues? Tissues are group of cells. They are group of cells performing similar function. Okay, what are tissues? Groups of cells performing similar function. Now, in which organism tissues are found? On the basis of this, tissues can be divided into two parts. If the tissues are found in plants, the tissues are called plant tissues, and if the tissues are found in animals, then they are called animal tissues. So, on which organism they are found? If they are found in plants, they are called plant tissues. If they are found in animals, they are called animal tissues. Now, what is the difference between plant tissue and animal tissue? We will see here. Students, you have seen that plants do not move from one place to another place. They are always at one place, situated at one place. But animals, in case of animals, they always move from one place to another place for different needs, for different works. So, because plants do not move from one place to another place, they do not work like eating food, study, going for a study, they do not go for a study, and all these works they do not perform. That's why most of the cells are dead cells. Most of the parts are made up of dead cells, because they do not have to move from one place to another place, and they do not have to bend their body. They do not have to bend their body. But animals, they move from one place to another place. They have to bend their body. For example, if I have to write, I am bending my finger like this. Okay, so they do not have to. They have to bend their body. They have to perform all the works. That's why most of the parts are made up of living cells. Okay, but in case of plants, most of the parts are made up of dead cells. So the first difference between plant tissue and animal tissue, then plant tissue are mainly of dead tissue and animal tissues are mainly living tissues. Most of the tissues in animals are living tissues and most of the tissues in plants are dead tissues. Now, because the cells are dead, because in plants most of the cells are dead, most of the tissues are dead, so that's why they need less maintenance. Plant tissues need less maintenance. Maintenance means to take care of them. Maintenance means to take care of the cells, to take care of the tissues, because they are dead, so their body do not much take care of them, so less maintenance. And in case of animals, because the whole day we work, we do different works, we go from one place to another place, so most of our cells destroys. Every day some cells destroys. So if our cells destroy, so repair is also required. Okay, because cells are destroying, so repair is also required and more maintenance is also required. So in case of animals, they need more repair and maintenance because the cells are living, and by doing different works, the cells are destroying also. That's why need more repair and maintenance. But in plants, because the cells are dead, so they need less maintenance. This is the second difference between plant tissue and animal tissue. The third, you have seen that plants are in one shape. They stand straight. Okay, they do not change their shape. They do not bend their body. So that's why they are rigid in nature. Plant tissues are rigid. Rigid means hard. Plant tissues are hard in nature and to provide support. Why they are hard in nature? To provide support to that plant body, because they have to stand straight. Okay, they have to stand straight, so that's why their tissues are hard to give them support. And in case of animals, our body is flexible. We bend our body like this. Okay, we bend our body for different works. So our body is flexible, and that's why our tissues are also flexible, so that we can move our body parts. Our tissues are flexible in nature, and plant tissues are hard in nature. So these are the three differences between plant tissues and animal tissue. We will study plant tissues in detail. Plant tissues are of mainly two types. So plant tissues are mainly of two types: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Then meristematic tissue again are of three types: apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. Permanent tissue is of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. And then they are further divided. So first we will see what is meristematic tissue. Students, meristematic tissue is a group of cells. In this tissue, all the cells continuously divide. Meristematic tissue has the cells which continuously divide. Okay, means one cell will divide, it form two cells. This cell will again divide, will form more cells. So all the cells in this tissue continuously divide. So cells are continuously dividing in nature, and all the cells are of same type, means you can't find difference in these cells. All the cells are of same type, same shape, structure, and their function is to continuously divide. And if the cells are continuously dividing, they are responsible for the growth of the plant body. Meristematic tissue, they are a group of cells which continuously divide. In this tissue, the cells continuously divide. All cells are of same type, same shape and size. So we can say that cells are not differentiated. In case of meristematic tissue, we can say cells are not differentiated. Means we cannot find difference between these cells because they all look like same. So this was all about meristematic tissue. Now what is permanent tissue? And what is permanent tissue? In permanent tissue, the cells do not divide. And the cells are differentiated. In case of meristematic tissue, cells are not differentiated. Means we cannot find the difference between these cells because all cells are same. But in permanent tissue, the cells are not same. They are little bit different from each other, and their function is also fixed. So we can find the difference between these cells. That's why the cells are differentiated. In permanent tissue, the cells are differentiated. And do you know who give rise to permanent tissue? Who form permanent tissue? These meristematic tissue, in starting meristematic tissue, all are same. In meristematic tissue, all cells are same. But when they will continuously divide, then after some time, these cells will little bit change their shape and size, and their function is fixed. After some time, these meristematic cells change their shape and size, and their function is fixed. Different cells have different function. So at this time we call them permanent tissue. Means meristematic tissue after some time converts into permanent tissue. Okay. So what is permanent tissue? The cells are differentiated. Means we can find the difference between cells because they all are not same, and their function is fixed. That this cell has to perform this function, the root cell has to perform absorption, the leaf cell has to perform photosynthesis. So the function is fixed. And so we can say that meristematic tissue is a parent tissue who give birth to permanent tissue. So it is a meristematic tissue. After some time it will be converted to permanent tissue. So this meristematic tissue is called parent tissue for permanent tissue. Okay. It is a parent tissue for permanent tissue. Now we will see the types of meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is of three types: apical, lateral and intercalary. So you can see, students, apical meristem is dead. Apical meristematic tissue is dead tissue which is found at the apex of the plant. This is called apical meristem because it is found at the apex of the plant. So because what is the function of meristematic tissue? I told you, growth. It is responsible for the growth of plant. So apical meristem is responsible for the growth of plant in length. Okay, it is responsible for growth of plant in length. The second is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem is found around the stem. Lateral meristematic tissue is found around the stem, all around the stem. So it is responsible for growth of the plant in width. This lateral meristem is responsible for growth of plant in width. And intercalary meristem. The next is intercalary meristem. So this intercalary meristematic tissue is found at these places, nodes. It is found at nodes and internodes. So at the base of the nodes, what are nodes? The parts of the plants from where branches arise, dead parts are called nodes. So at this place, intercalary meristematic tissue is found and it is responsible for growth of branches. Okay, growth of branches. So apical meristematic tissue is of three types: apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. Apical meristem is found at the apex of the plant, responsible for growth of plant in length. Lateral meristem is found around the stem, so it is responsible for the width, for the thickness of the stem. And intercalary meristem is found at the base of the node, so it is responsible for the growth of branches. So in next part, students, we will see the types of permanent tissue. Thank you.